1v1 Calderis Refinery, blue side. It's Cultured Boy plays an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat, lots of great buffs with some debuffs and some crowd control too. And up against on the red side is Whitehead, plays a Grey Knight brother captain, and he's using the correct scheme. Well done. Durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and support. Fights in melee combat. Cultured Boy with some Howling Banshees on the field. Will Whitehead be able to deal with these guys, especially with Farseer support around? If she puts Fortune and Guide on them, all of a sudden a lot more difficult to deal with. You have a strike squad for Whitehead. 450 Rec now in Beta 5. Heavy infantry, very good melee and ranged. But can they stand up to Howling Banshees? Maybe with some brother captain support. Might want to keep these guys close to each other. It's gone for a second Stormtrooper squad. Light ranged infantry with hell guns. Good DPS in tier 1, especially with their sergeant. And grenade launchers can be pretty nasty. Banshees are on the prowl. Agile melee unit with power melee weapons, which makes them so dangerous versus those heavily armoured marines. Dire Avengers getting shots off. No guide buff over here because the Farseer is on the other side of the map. Banshees making a strike squad think twice about coming into this engagement. Dire Avengers are peeling models off those Stormtroopers. There goes one. Very lucky not to lose another with that much health. And Whitehead going for an early node on this eastern power. This is a contested power node. There's one on the west as well. And each player has a natural. What's this? Farseer getting stuck into the other Stormtrooper squad. Takes a model. Her special attack comes a bit late there. She has quite a good special to start off with a default weapon. Quick 360 knockback, reasonable damage. Brother Captain seems to have two special attacks. One 360 knockback psycho attack, which sends stuff flying, and one which is a cone in front of him, which seems to knock back weapon knockback immune commanders and stuff like the Chaos Lord. I'm not sure if that's still in. I think it is. Strike squad decapping. They do not get the 50% faster capping trait that tactical marines get. Suppressed now by the Guardian weapon team and forced off, but they did decap that. Guardian weapon team begins with a shuriken cannon, suppresses infantry. Whitehead surely will get some interceptors now with the shuriken on the field. He might just get double grenade launchers and DPS it down with some disruption, which can work wonders versus a setup team. You do not need a jump troop to deal with them. Farseer chasing off the Stormtroopers. Looks like she's put Guide on herself, buffing damage by 30%, also increasing the range of ranged weapons. 429, 500, 2-to-1 cap for Whitehead. Here comes the brother captain using We Are the Hammer, buffing speed and damage reduction. Shuriken sets up though. He can just flat out run into a setup team if he sees it isolated with We Are the Hammer up, especially if he gets his Nemesis Force Sword. Straight away gone for the Mantle of Terror. Very popular choice these days with the brother captain. He has some pretty good war gear choices in his armor slot, I think. Canticle of Absolution is pretty awesome though. Eldar especially relying on abilities quite a lot with the Banshees, Washout and Fleet of Foot. And Dire Avengers, of course, with their grenades and stuff, they are getting their aspect. Rangers on the field for Cultured Boy. A 1-1-1 build is going to be very annoying to deal with for Whitehead if Cultured Boy plays this well. 399, 500. Decent VP lead for Whitehead, but it's very early days. We do see grenade launchers on one of the Stormtrooper squads. They also have their sergeant. You see him at the front there. Makes them a detect unit. Rangers getting shots and they're taking models with every shot from those Stormtroopers. I'm not sure if Whitehead has even realised that. They're down to 3 models now. There's the grenade barrage here. Compounding Banshees, very dangerous for a level 1 brother captain. Are they going to go after him? No. They're going after the strike squad. A mistake, I think. Brother captain down quite low there. Could have finished him off. There's the Canticle of Absolution, so they can't use their Washout even if they did have an aspect, which they don't yet. They're getting focused down. Strike squad getting knocked around by specials, but the Banshees are forced to retreat. Strike squad did lose a model, but Banshees lost 3. So probably quite even in terms of Retribution bleed. Here comes the Farseer, a bit too late to support her Banshees. Are we going to see Fortune or something? Maybe the Doombringer. 361, 500, so you can very quickly get incredibly energy intensive. The Farseer starts off with 2 abilities, Fleet of Foot and Guide. So she gets Fortune, Armor of Fortune and the Doombringer. She's got tons of abilities to use and try and manage. Brother Captain taking shots, almost went down from them Rangers. Whitehead has certainly spotted them now. He bled quite a lot there. Lucky not to lose 2 models off this strat squad. Is he really going to go tier 2 without getting something else off? I thought for sure he'd get interceptors with Rangers and a Shuriken, but he's doing so well with his map here. He's got Stormtroopers. This is the squad with their default weapons going after this Gen Farm. Banshee is going to ignore them, are they? Will it be worth him getting plasma guns on his guys against Eldar for the disruption to Banshees? Will it be worth it? We will see. And this Farseer, of course. The generators survive. Banshees are now decapping mid. They have that aspect of strength, buffing their health and giving their Exarch a spear in tier 2. Whitehead is going to tier 2. Pretty brave. He's got triple gens up. He has noded both of the contested powers as well. This one very low. Cultured Boy needs to get into gear. Is he going to harass power here? Looks like he's going to take down this node, maybe cap it. Rangers are just on the prowl. They do have their Pathfinder gear. Allows them to infiltrate themselves and also infiltrate allies with Hollow Field, which is a pretty awesome ability. Can do a lot with it. Kinetic Pulse as well, of course, they start with. Stormtroopers have spotted them with that Detector Sergeant 313499 2-to-1 cap. A Cultured Boy. Whitehead will hit tier 2 first, but not that much sooner. What happened there? That shot didn't seem to hit anything. Or did very little damage if it did. 313490. Shuriken suppressing that blob. Banshee's in there with the Warshout. Canticle comes out slightly too late to stop the Warshout. 313484. Got the Captain in there. He's just trying to focus down these Banshees, and they're soaking up damage reasonably well there. Took down a Strat Squad model. Did very well there, in fact. Shuriken gets disrupted by the grenade launchers. 313476. Warp Spiders on the way for Cultured Boy. A good choice, I think, and really teleport around and harass Whitehead's infantry. Also, if there's a Dreadnought out, he can haywire it, which completely shuts it down, and then go to work with the Howling Banshees. Maybe a Singing Spear. We will see. Farseer decapping this fully matured rep point up to +30 per minute. Not anymore. There's the decap. These guys have shot down this node twice now. They're going to decap it or what? 312470. Cultured Boy not paying attention over there. Brother Captain standing proud and decapping is gone for the Nemesis Force Sword. 40 power melee DPS up from the 30 he starts with, and it increases the effectiveness of the We Are the Hammer buff, taken up to plus 1.5 speed from +1 and plus 25% damage resistance from +15. I think it also lasts longer as well, up to 25 maybe from 15. It's a pretty insane buff that he gets with it. Can he make it work though? Banshees are chasing, and then we know how good they are at chasing down retreating units. This is pretty nuts. 286, 470, and that's without swift movement or whatever it's called from the Warlock. Nicely timed grenade barrage. It does move quite quickly, the Stormtrooper barrage. Single cap now for Cultured Boy. Whitehead, what is he up to? He's going for a Dreadnought. I thought he was going to go tier 3 there. Warp Spiders on the field, already fully kitted out with the Exarch at the front there. Dual Death Spinners he has, and their aspect gives them that haywire grenade and beefs out the Exarch a bit. 286, 450. Double cap for Cultured Boy now. In the Ascendancy, you have to say, has a lot of units on the field for Whitehead to deal with. I'm not sure if the Dreadnought's going to be enough. What is he going to go for? The Plasma Cannon? 286, 440, 2-to-1 cap. Stormtroopers behind that heavy cover. Can they get a model of these Rangers? Here come Warp Spiders out of nowhere, teleporting in. Strike Squad do have their Justicar now. Gives them a couple of great abilities, Purification and Energy Burst. Energy Burst will help greatly versus the Banshees. Stormtroopers almost wiping out there. Warp Spiders behind this heavy cover, able to tank the Strike Squad's damage. They in turn are also behind heavy cover though. Warp Spiders with very high piercing damage DPS. There is the Energy Burst, removing some energy from the Warp Spiders and decreasing their speed. But here comes the Dreadnought. Greater Dreadnought begins with a multi-melter, and it's gone for the Dreadnought Claw. He's gone for a full melee Dreadnought, which is a pretty good choice with those Banshees around. Also gives it the awesome Maelstrom. There was Canticle, so these Warp Spiders can't teleport out. Can't use their Haywire either. Now they can. There's the teleport. He's not going to Haywire now though. Wants to save it for when his Banshees are around. We have the Doombringer, which I believe you can use on vehicles. Target enemy unit, it says. Are we going to see a Shuriken, a Bright Lance, sorry, on his Shuriken cannon? Not sure. Rangers back at base need to reinforce 286, 393. He might keep them at one model if he can keep them safe. He's gone for some Fire Dragons, Cultured Boy, and they have some nice synergy, I think, with the Farseer with Guide and stuff. Double Grenade Launcher, Stormtroopers, too much for the Dire Avengers, I think. A nice grenade. Does he get a model with it? Yes, gets one model. And now he's using Embolden to buff the damage of the Dire Avengers thanks to the Exarch. These guys are strangely split up here. 286, 382. Firefight. Here comes a Dreadnought in retreat path. That's not good. Very expensive Walker with an upgrade. There's Maelstrom wasted, I think. Drains health and also decreases speed. And here are the Fire Dragons. Infantry with fusion guns, which are good damage to all targets from short range. Basically rapid firing melter guns in their function. They get a really good ability which increases their speed and doesn't decrease their damage. Will this Dreadnought survive with Haywire and Aspect of Strength Banshees and Fire Dragons with Farseer support? I'm not sure if it will. Surely he's going to go straight after it here. Warp Spiders teleporting in. Where's the Haywire? I don't see it, I don't see it. Banshees trying to decap, now they're going after the Dreadnought, and there is Maelstrom. Also gets the Emperor's Fist, of course, with that melee upgrade. No sign. Oh, there is the Haywire, sorry. Fire Dragons were far behind for some reason. Now they're getting a DPS on the Dreadnought. Haywire means it can't use its weapons, and those Stormtroopers got wiped out. Whitehead lost both Stormtrooper squads. Good grief. Not sure if this Dreadnought's going to live. There's Emperor's Fist. Drops a Hell Fury on the Fire Dragons. But look at their mobility here.
Our guardians have given their lives for our cause.
Brother Captain levels to 2. Look at the damage from those Fire Dragons on that Dreadnought. They have such good and varied anti-vehicle options in Tier 2 Eldar. 234, 382, 2-1 cap for Whitehead. Is far behind here though. This Dreadnought lives, and he almost finished off. The Fire Dragon's Banshee is going to come in and finish it off. I think they'll be able to easily chase it back. And that is Doom on the Dreadnought as well from the Farseer's Doombringer. No way it's getting away. 221, 382. Oh, Energy Burst. Dreadnought with 15 hit points and down it goes. We also have an Incinerator up on the Strat squad. I'm not sure if it's enough to suppress a squad as it runs in by itself with just one Incinerator. I'm not sure if it is. Well, given enough time it will suppress. 207, 382. Whitehead coming straight to Tier 3 with just a Strat squad on the field, fully upgraded. I think he can still go for the Psy Cannon when you have the Incinerator. I'm not entirely sure about that. Triple gens up and 1 gen up for Cultured Boy. Has a strong army. Whitehead goes Tier 3, has quite a lot of resources as well. Man, Warp Spiders just murdered those Stormtroopers. They're still level 1 though. 190, 382. Cultured Boy with quite a lot of upkeep, obviously, with the large army that he has. He almost has an upper edge for a nuke if he can get to Tier 3. That Dreadnought was just a bad choice in the end. Obviously he didn't know that the Fire Dragons were coming, or that the Warp Spiders were coming. I don't think he had enough to back it up. 175, 382. What is he going to go for? He can't drop a Land Raider Crusader. He doesn't have the red. He's just purchased something big. 175, 382. I'm not sure if the Terminator variants are going to help him out here. He's going for Grey Knight Terminators though. Is that a good choice? They will chop up the Banshees quite well, but yes, Fire Dragons and Warp Spiders teleporting around too. 175, 374, 2-1 for Cultured Boy. He has a decent VP pushing here, Whitehead to try and storm. Bit of damage that this brother captain is taking. He's going to go down in retreat. Down he goes. Some nice play from Cultured Boy. Here with the strike squad, there's energy burst. Can they suppress these banshees? Let's see. They cannot. Even with an energy burst helping out, with the amount of time they could fire there, they could not suppress the banshees. Level 2 Howling Banshees. His power's getting decapped. Cultured Boy is all over the map. Surely this is all over Whitehead. These guys are decapping as they are. 175352. He's camping outside base now. Commander is down. It's looking dire for Whitehead. Dreadnought Terminators hit the field. Terminator variant with splash damage power melee from those halberds. Also have a passive that drains energy from nearby enemies, which is buffed in Beta 5. And they're going for the Incinerator, which I think is still nuts. And not quite working as intended, I don't think. Does big gouts of damage up front. And this could be quite devastating to Cultured Boy's entirely infantry army. He should have enough to deal with them though, should have the mobility and that range damage to deal with them. We will see. Banshees in general will need to keep away and instead set themselves upon the strat squad. 175307. He's wary of them, he's backing away here, Cultured Boy. Has so much red. He might just wait for tier 3. Get some fire prisms up, maybe. 175290. Or just get some dark creepers out in tier 2 here. Look at the map from Cultured Boy. He has everything capped apart from Whitehead's victory point. And now the brother captain is going to decap mid, try and buy himself some VP time here. And look at that Incinerator go. Grenade. They grenade their own Rangers, taking out 2 models, and the Rangers are whacked out with a sync kill. Mistake from Cultured Boy. Is that going to cost him here? 175280. Brother captain goes down again. Corp trying to cap. Here comes the strat squad, almost level 3. Surely Whitehead's not going to come back here. Here come those Terminators. And we saw that big gout of damage, I think, on the Wolf Spiders before they teleported out from that Incinerator. Ouch, and there you see it again, having to teleport away. 175280. And again, they're on the Shuriken. I don't think that's intended. They don't want to fight the Terminators, the Banshees. These Terminators are absolutely wrecking faces. And Cultured Boy is going tier 3. I think he should have just got some Dark Creepers on the field. But I suppose he wants to just avoid that Incinerator damage by getting a vehicle out, maybe. These guys are going to burn down some generators. Or just smack them down, maybe. What's he up to? 167280. Yep, he's going to burn them down. And look at the damage immediately on that generator. That is nuts. That is old Grey Knight Incinerator behaviour. 16280. But look at the damage pouring onto them now. They are Terminator variants, so they cannot retreat. They can only teleport away. And he's sending his Banshees in. There's a Hell Fury. Whoa. Look how much damage those Banshees took. Was that a Flamer Burst just before they came in there? That was nuts. Did he put Doom on them? I assume he did. He took down one of the Terminators. Whitehead is just leaving them out here and trying to cap up the rest of the map, or is he? Dire Avengers are capping mid. Terminators backing away. How much are those guys to reinforce? 145280. Cultured Boy is in tier 3, could drop a nuke, but otherwise he's being bled here. 145278. Level 3 strike squad. Farseer is also level 3, the brother captain is level 4. And he can use this big We Are the Hammer buff for those Terminators to help them out. And they are decapping mid, but here come Warp Spiders and Fire Dragons. Bang, bang, bang. Getting shot to pieces here, and they're coming after him. I thought they'd just teleport away. There's the Incinerator for its damage. Banshees now coming in. Warp Spiders teleporting away. And they take out another Terminator. The last one teleports out. Their Avengers. I Thought they chucked a grenade. There's a grenade. Whoa, just about spots it in time, Whitehead. There's the canticle. Banshee's moving in, trying to finish off those terminators. Really needs to do this. 145244. Banshees are chasing. All those power melee attacks coming in, and that spear, they should be done for here, surely. Are they gonna go down? They survive, unbelievable. 55 hit points, they do get away into the base turrets there, and the Banshees unable to finish them off. And here comes some more Grey Knight Terminators. Cultured Boy has a double cap though. These guys are not capping. He's done this a few times, Cultured Boy. Seems to have some kind of problem clicking on the points. There's energy burst on the Warp Spiders. Very energy intensive squad, so that's very good to use on them. Here comes the Farseer special attack. No sign of guide or doom. Shuriken Cannon refacing. Here come Fire Dragons. In fact, they're in retreat. 145189. How much are these guys to reinforce? Not sure. Is he going to get double wrist mounted incinerators? I assume he is. 108.16 to reinforce. That is so low. Surely that's not right. Other Chaos and Space Marine Terminators cost 50 power to reinforce. 145168. Farseer needs to back away here. Fire Prism is on the way for Cultured Boy, which could be vital here. Here comes the second Grey Knight Terminator squad. 145156. Warp Spiders moving in. What level are these guys now? Level 2. Getting their Exarch up again. Here's the Fire Prism. Great fire support for Eldar. Has a dispersed shot, which knocks back infantry. Won't knock back the Terminators though. And also a Focus Blast, which he'll probably be using versus the Terminators. Teleporting into their Shuriken. That's dangerous to use their teleport offensively. 145139. Cultured Boy has so much red. Warp Spiders teleporting into dangerous territory there. He does have double wrist mounted incinerators. Warp Spiders are wiped out. This is looking more and more like a comeback for Whitehead. Fire Dragon's coming out of base now.
The enemy turns its crude psychic weaponry upon us.
Brother Captain level 4, almost level 5, can support both of these squads with a well placed We Are the Hammer. 139, 135. Get some Dark Reapers out, Cultured Boy. Doesn't have the rep to get anything so far. Fire Dragons moving in. These Banshees are basically just gonna bleed him dry. Look at the damage they take. Should the Farseer get Time Field or something? Armor the Assyrian might help shut those Terminators down so they can get shut up by range. 121, 135. I assume he's saving for another Fire Prism here.
Enemy Space Marines are claiming
Our Avengers capping Whitehead's natural. And what is this? This is the Purgation Squad on the way now for Whitehead. He's going to get Psy Cannons, I think, try and take on this Fire Prism with them. 107, 135. Can he finish this cap? Psy Cannon is up on the Strat Squad now, so I suppose that answers that question. You can upgrade from the Incinerator. Level 4 as well. Our Avengers are level 3. Chopped up by Terminators in retreat and have to get through another squad here. And the Brother Captain. They do get through, but that's more bleed for Cultured Boy to reinforce. There's so much red.
We shall capture it.
Maybe some Webway Gates up would help him outmaneuver his Terminators. 90, 135, 1-to-1 cap. The march of the Terminators coming into the Eldar lines here. These guys teleporting in. Going after the Farseer. Don't want her buffing stuff. I think she put guide on the Fire Dragons, but they are forced off in turn. Can put guide on this Fire Prism in fact, which might be a good idea. There's the Eldritch Storm, nicely timed. Doesn't quite do enough, I don't think. Took down the Terminator, not bad. Also took down an allied Fire Dragon, I think. Here come the Purgation Squad with side cannons, getting shots on the Fire Prism now. That's a lot of damage. Dire Defenders coming in to repair, are they? No, apparently not. I think Banshee's moving in. Going straight after the Purgation. But that was a strike squad, sorry. Purgation is still there doing their damage. Banshee's getting absolutely wrecked by those incinerators. Wow. They seriously need to be changed. 82-135. Cultured Boy has another Fire Prism on the way, but Whitehead has a single. And he's just unable to deal with these Terminators. Should he have got Dark Reapers out? There's double Fire Prisms now. Farseer is down, so there'll be no buffs from her. 69-135. And Whitehead, I think, is going to come back and take this because of these Terminators and because of their wonky incinerators and their incredibly low reinforcement cost. That can't be right. 18 power for a Terminator.
I bring you the fire of the crystal ray.
They cost 125 power to purchase, I think. 56-135. Here comes the second Fire Prism. Is this going to be enough? We will see. Single cap still. He's going to take his natural back though, and it's going to be a 2-1 in the end because Whitehead's taking his natural as well. Does he repurchase the Farseer here? I actually would for Doom and Guide. Whitehead going for a Rhino at tier 3. And he has enough to drop a nuke of his own. Cultured Boy can drop another, and he has repurchased the Farseer. 36-135. Going to come down to the last couple, or maybe even one engagement. He's marching his Terminators back all the way to base to reinforce and heal up. So this is Cultured Boy's chance, I think. Fire Dragons, I should say, decapping mid. Fire Prisms getting shots on the brother captain. They want to shoot the strike squad instead. Here come the Purgation as well. Need to disrupt those guys. Put Doom on something. Put Guide on one of your Fire Prisms. Cultured Boy. Just going to tie them up. 28-135 is a 1-to-1 cap. Whoa! Strike squad wiped off the face of the map. Fire Prisms can now push forward and easily disrupt these Purgation models. 28-135. Put Doom on them as well there. But now they're in retreat and get away without a model loss. Can he get the 2-to-1 here, Cultured Boy? Double Terminators coming back out of base, looking very, very ominous. What's he doing now? Dark Reapers? Nope, doesn't have them on Overwatch in a way. There's the 2-to-1. His next purchase is going to be very important. He does go for Dark Reapers. Their initial cost increased in Beta 5, but their upgrades are now cheaper to compensate, but they will bleed you more in turn. Their reinforcement costs going up. Rhino with a twin link last cannon is going to try and take on the Fire Prisms with that thing. 28-122. We might get a very interesting engagement here. Double Terminators alongside Purgation and a Rhino versus double Fire Prisms, Fire Dragon, Dark Reapers with Farseer support. And there's a Webway Gate coming up. He can infiltrate his army with that. And very tough dealing with these Terminators. Those Incinerators are insane. 28-109. They're teleporting in, going after the Fire Dragons, who are getting in trouble here, chased by Terminators in their charge, and Fire Dragons are gonna wipe on retreat there, I think. And there's an orbital. 28-102. Meanwhile, the brother captain is capping mid. Dark Reaper is getting in all sorts of trouble, getting too close. 28-102.
Marines have targeted one of our structures.
And there's the 2-to-1, and surely Whitehead has this. Can the double Fire Prisms do enough damage? I don't think they can. Rhino will now put some pressure on them with that last cannon. Boom. It's gonna die in a couple more volleys though. Using the smoke on itself, but does go down. Terminator's just standing firm. 10-102. Farseer getting her energy drained by those double Terminators, and Eldar's Eldritch Storm. There's a GG. And there's the victory for Whitehead. Wow. He came back strong there. But I think these incinerators are a prick to mental, and that reinforcement cost just doesn't sit right with me. But he did it. He pulled it off. Cultured boy with some misplays, losing those rangers, losing those warp spiders. But gotta feel sorry for him. Those Terminators were pretty nuts. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.